If you watch to the end of this video, you're going to be learning the 25 things you need to do if you want to stay really poor. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. I'm going to give you the real deal. And the essence of this is what we call inverse thinking. So research has already proven that human beings our brain tends to find out problems faster than it finds out solutions. So if you really want to be successful in life, the fastest way to actually do it is by looking out for the problems and then inverse thinking by now providing solutions to it. An example is, if you really want to be rich, instead of looking for, oh my God, how do I become rich online? Simply ask yourself, how can I become broke? And you see your brain literally downloading a whole lot, a list for you. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you the 25 things you need to do if you really want to stay broke. If you're comfortable with the amount that's in your account now and you don't want it to increase at all, this is the right video for you. And you would really want to watch the end of this video, because at the end of the video, I'm going to be reversing the whole thing and telling you the exact opposite things you need to do. So let's get right straight into this video. And before we move into it, I've been receiving a lot of DMs from most of you asking me the right business to start with, that they are confused, they don't know what to start with, that they've watched most of my videos and most of other people's videos, but then they are still confused on what exactly to start with. I've made a full 30-minute video explaining the best business model you should start with, especially in this year 2025. I'll link the video in the description below. Once you're done with this video, make sure you head over to that video and watch it. It's actually one of my best performing videos so far. So now you understand why people are really rushing the video. The first rule, the first thing you need to do if you want to stay broke is start tomorrow. Don't start today. Anytime you get an idea, anytime you see something you're supposed to do, anytime you get that chore, anytime you see that challenge, that thing that needs to be done, don't do it. Be able to cultivate the habit of postponing things, of always shifting things to tomorrow, because tomorrow is always the best time to start things, all right? So when you have something to do that you know you are supposed to do right now, always shift it to tomorrow. And that's one of the best ways that you can stay poor. The second rule you need to abide with, stick to it strictly, is understand and believe that life is not fair. Life is not fair. Everybody around you is not fair. You are always the victim. So whenever something bad happens to you, always say, oh, life is unfair. You know, there are some people that were just born into this world and God just decided that you are the one that will suffer for me. You know, Jesus has done the suffering, but I want you to do it again. So whatever you plan will not go according to the way you plan it. Wherever you say you want to go, rain will fall on that day. You know, that job that you keep on applying for, you will never get it. Because what? Life is unfair. Not because you've not planned yourself properly, not because you've not invested the right skills in yourself that will qualify you for that job. No. It's not because of these reasons. It's only because life is not fair. Now, if you abide by this rule and understand this mantra, you will always remain poor. The third rule that we should abide with is read a lot of books and do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Watch a lot of YouTube videos teaching you how to make money online and do nothing about it. Read a lot of books that are teaching you sales and marketing. Listen to a lot of podcasts, listen to a lot of audiobooks, listen to a lot of rich people talk. And then after you're done with all these things, make sure, this is very important, a lot of people miss this part out, make sure you write down all those things as seriously as possible. And then when you're done writing down all these things, the next step you need to do is close that book and dump it. And the next time you should touch that book is whenever you're going for a conference again, or whenever you're picking up a YouTube video to watch. All right. So read a lot of books, watch a lot of educational videos, and don't forget the caveat: do not do anything. Do not implement. That is a very sure way of staying poor. The first rule is take advice from a lot of poor people on how to become rich. You know, whenever you see someone that has not attained the results you want to attain, when you see someone that has not made his first million naira, someone that is not a millionaire, take that person out for a dinner, sit down, listen to that person as they give you advice on how to make your first million naira. You know, those are the kind of perfect people you need to listen to. People that have never achieved the kind of goals you want to achieve. People that have never done what you want to do. Those big goals, those big things you really want to do. They have never done it and they have no intention of doing it. These are the right people you need to sit down, sit put and listen to as they give you advice. All right. So take advice from poor people. Take advice from people with low self-esteem. They're the people that are best in making you stay where you are, broke. The fifth rule is quite similar to the fourth one. Only select friends that make you feel guilty for dreaming big. So you know those kind of friends that whenever you say, I'm a fly in that jet one day, they will laugh and be like, yeah, we all dream those kind of dreams. Wake up, friend. When you say I'm going to make my mom proud, those kind of friends that tell you it's only your mom it's only you that has mother. Don't we all have mothers? Why are you always talking about your mom? Why are you always talking about this movie? Why are you always talking about this car you buy? Why are you always talking about this apartment you move into? Are you the only person that needs apartment? Don't you know we need apartment too? These kind of friends are the ones you need to always spend time with every single day. Alright, those ones that make you feel guilty for dreaming big, always make sure to hang around them. That's a sure way of staying broke. The sixth rule is fail once and give up. Life is not hard. Life is not supposed to be hard. When you run that first ad and it flops, when you talk to the first customer and they tell you no, when you talk to that girl and she tells you no, when you implement what you've learned the first time and it's total nonsense, the best thing to do is to give up, because life is not supposed to be hard. Alright, that's the way it's supposed to be. Whenever you try out something for the first time, if it doesn't work for you, know it's not for you. Don't try it again, alright? It's not for you at all. You do things once, when you fail, you give up totally. That's a very sure way of staying broke. And make sure you abide with this sixth one. The seventh rule you need to understand if you want to be broke is you are more important than your customer. Your customer is not supposed to stress you. Whenever your customer lays a complaint about your product, you're supposed to block the person immediately. You don't want stress. Always understand that when you're making a product, make it so you feel good. Don't carry out customer research. Don't look into the marketplace. Don't look for what their problem is. This product is what you want. This product is what you like. This particular thing is what you love. You just love seeing it. You love seeing this airport. You don't know if it's solving problem or not. Just go and make it. Customers should not stress you. You are the most important in the business. And once you believe this, you would remain broke. The eighth rule is complain about things that you cannot control. There are some things that happen in life, and when you realize that, oh, there's nothing I could have done about it, this was how it was just supposed to play out, always complain about it. It gives you blood. It pumps your heart faster. When you ask someone for something and they tell you no, you're supposed to strangle that. They are supposed to tell you yes. It is in your control. Whenever you're done pitching your products to a company or pitching your products to a customer, when they say no, start biting yourself, beat yourself over, because they are not supposed to tell you no. The reason you were not able to do it is because you did not talk well. You increase your voice at that ending part. That's why they got angry. All those things that are not in your control, always complain about them. That's a very sure way of staying broke. The ninth lesson is make sure you are expecting the government to come and save you. The government, they made a special policy under your name saying that this person, we must help this person make money in life. Alright, so that time will come, because they wrote a specific date that they will come and knock on your door. They will call you privately with your first name and say that you are finally the one that they have decided to dash the 1 billion naira grant. You've been sitting down in your father's house, whiling away time, waiting for them, and they were led in their spirit to come and help you. Believe that one day government will remove all the taxes, remove all your bills, your rents, your hospital, everything. They will tell you they are taking full care of it. You should not bother in your life again. Alright, it will happen. So just continue. If you believe it, it will happen. But that's a very sure way of staying broke. The 10th rule is wait for people to give you permission before you move on in life. Allow those friends that are always telling you what to do. They should be the ones that anytime you want to make a major decision in your life, call them on phone. Do WhatsApp group call. All of them will come on board. Then you relay what you want to say. Then they will not tell you thumbs up, go on, or they'll tell you it's too big, don't go for it. Stay where you are, manage it. Manage where you are right now. This 100k you're making per week is enough now. What else? Why do you want to go and start chasing 150? Stay where you say that 100k, just stay there like that. You understand? Everything you've been doing, just be doing it. That 100k, at least you're not dying. You still have food to eat, just continue with that 100k. Before you make any major decision in your life, always make sure there's someone that is giving you permission to push past these boundaries. You're not just doing it on your own. That's a very sure way of staying broke. The 11th rule is always avoid discomfort. You're not here to die. You're not here to suffer. In this life, you're supposed to enjoy. So anything that will just make you leave your comfort zone, shut the door. If you notice that you cannot sit down in front of a camera and talk fluently, don't do it. Don't even try. You tried it the first time and you stumbled upon a few words. Go back. Keep on doing things that are easy. Don't stress yourself, okay? But here's the caveat. Most people make this big mistake of judging themselves for something they haven't even tried. The reason you're not good in front of a camera is because you haven't stayed long enough in front of a camera to be good in front of a camera. So you do it the first time, you do it the second time, you're going to flop. Expect it. So you keep on judging yourself that you cannot speak very well in front of a camera. But then have you tried speaking in front of a camera? You just did it once and you flopped, and then you now judge yourself as someone that is not confident in front of a camera. Something you've never tried doing before. That's the big mistake a lot of people make, and you should not fall for it. I've given you the answer to that one already. The reason you're going to grow in life, there's no growth without discomfort. You're living what has been normal for you. So it is very normal to not feel comfortable. Stop avoiding discomfort. embrace discomfort, because that's where growth is. The 12th rule to staying poor is be comfortable with average, mediocrity. Anything that everybody is doing, make sure you find yourself in the core of it. Make sure make sure you're part of the masses. Make sure everything everybody's doing, if everybody's making 100 sales in a week, make sure you're part of them. If you want, reduce it a bit, 99. When you're editing a video, make sure you're just doing the average work that every video editor does. When you're speaking, make sure you're just saying the average thing every speaker says. Alright, that's a very sure way of staying broke. Be average, be comfortable being average. Don't give yourself spotlight. Make sure that you're not noticeable at all. That's a very, very beautiful way of staying broke. The 13th rule is make promises to yourself and break them. Very, very easy. Wake up in the morning, say that you're going to do 20 push-ups, you're going to write this thing, you're going to make this video, you're going to edit this video, you're going to learn strictly for 2 hours. Towards 9 a.m., 10 a.m., if you notice that your body is now feeling uncomfortable and you don't feel like doing all these things you said you would do, don't do it. It is a very sure way of staying broke. Make promises to yourself and break it. The 14th rule you need to abide with in order to stay poor is wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is coming. I am telling you this. The perfect time is coming. All you need to do is wait. Until you get that expensive camera, until you get the ring light, until you get that expensive mic, don't shoot content. Until everything has been perfectly laid out, don't do that thing that you want to do. Until you're not eating 3 times a day, you have steady lights, you have steady full battery, before you can now make any attempt to make money online, before you can now put in any work to become a better person. Wait until all these things are perfect. Perfect conditions are the best time to start whatever it is you want to start. And the funny thing is, I'll give you the answer to this one immediately. The funny thing is, you're waiting for perfect times to do what you need to do in order to be successful. It only means you can only be successful in perfect times. When things are not perfect, when things are rough, it can only get better from there. So if you start putting in the work when all odds are against you, this is what it means. You can succeed when things are bad, and you can also succeed when things are good. If you at all now succeed when things were bad for you, things will become good, definitely. But then things will still become bad along the way. And you're not going to be scared because you have succeeded in the past when things were rough for you, and you just repeat what you did before. Okay, so if you keep on waiting for perfect conditions before you take action, before you start working out, before you start shooting videos, before you start doing what you know you're supposed to do, you can only succeed once those perfect conditions end, which of course they will do. You will stop being successful, and that's not the kind of life you want to live. So if you want to be broke, wait for perfect conditions. They are coming. Better days ahead. The 15th rule you need to abide with, very, very important. Prioritize looking rich over being rich. When any small money that enters your account, go and buy shoe. Any small money that enters your account, go and buy clothes, go and buy all these expensive wristwatch. People need to see that you are balling. People need to understand that you have made 50k before, you have touched 100k in your life. People need to understand this, all right? So even though this is the last card in your account, 50,000 naira, go and buy that 45,000 naira shoe. Use 5,000 and just eat for the next 2 days. When you enter church service the next Sunday, everybody will know that this boy is balling. So if you want to be poor, make sure you prioritize looking rich over being rich. The 16th rule in order to stay poor is always be busy doing nothing. Anybody that messaged you and you fail to reply, anytime that someone calls you and you're saying, I'm busy, always make sure you're not doing anything, or always make sure you're doing things that are not beneficial, that are not productive. You're busy doing nothing. What you're supposed to do in your business, you're supposed to make those flyers, you're supposed to do those designs, you're supposed to put in the work, tweak the funnels, do all those important things. You know that these are things you're supposed to do, but then you don't have strength. So you're now going to do the lower things that are very easy to do. Make sure you're busy doing all those things at the bottom that don't make any difference in your business, that don't make any difference in your life. Make sure you keep on watching that motivational video that keeps on talking about consistency. You've been watching those motivational videos that keep on talking about how to be consistent for the past 1 week, and you have still not become consistent with anything. Make sure you keep on watching those things that you're just entertaining yourself. So as they ask you, you say, oh, I watched a video today that taught me something that you've watched. The same concepts you're learning is what you've been learning since last week, last month, and you're just trying to do it so that you feel good. Keep on entertaining yourself. It's the best way to stay broke. The 17th rule is make sure, important, that you're doing what the masses are doing. What everybody is doing, make sure you are doing it. If everybody is going to primary school, once they finish, they will go into secondary school. Once they are SS3, they tell them, no, medicine, law, and this. If you're not doing any of these three, you are doing nonsense in school. Make sure that as everybody's rushing to medicine because doctors are the most intelligent, you're following them to go. Make sure that you're going to study law because 5 of your friends are also going to study law. Make sure that you're doing what everybody is doing. That is a very sure way of staying broke. The 18th rule is do your best, not what it takes. If you're supposed to do 100 push-ups before you build your muscle very well, make sure you did 50 and it's 50 that was your best. That was your best. Make sure you did it at 50 and you stopped because that is your best. Make sure that the amount of work you're supposed to put in order to make your first ₦1,000,000, you're not doing it. You don't have strength to do it though. Make sure you're not doing it. Make sure you're doing your best, and that your best has not made you that ₦1,000,000, but stick with it. Your best is your best. Don't do what it takes. Make sure you're doing your best. That's a very sure way of staying poor. The 19th rule is very, very important. You have to make sure you are applying this if you really want to stay broke. Talk about your goals to other people so that you feel good. Talk about your goals to other people and don't do anything about it. Once you get that idea that can make you ₦1,000,000, rush to 2 people. Explain the whole thing to them. Get that dopamine hit and go back to your house and relax and say, I'll be a millionaire one day. That's the best way to stay broke. Talk about your goals every time. Talk about what you want to do. Talk about what you are going to do, and don't do it. Make sure you interrupt sermon with it. If your pastor is preaching, make sure you collect mic and announce to the whole church your goals for 2025 or your goals for that month. Make sure every single person hears it. Make sure that before you carry out action on a goal, up to at least minimum 70 people have heard about what you want to do before you now move to do it. The 20th rule is very, very funny, but very, very important. Start something new every day. Make sure you're starting something new every day. You did video editing today, it did not work out. Tomorrow, make sure you start graphic designing. Don't go back to video editing. If you do graphic design today and it doesn't work out, tomorrow start with copywriting. Start that copywriting course. Copywriting does not work out. Think hard. There's another thing you have to start. Make sure you start something new every day. Don't stick to one thing for a long time. If you stick to one thing for a long time, it will make you rich, and that's not the goal here. The goal is to stay poor. Okay, so make sure you start something new every single day. The 21st rule to stay poor: always make a mistake, wait, then repeat that mistake again. When you make a mistake, always wait, repeat that mistake again, and expect a different result. If you did something today and it did not work out, and you evidently saw reasons why it did not work out, you saw lessons to pick out from that mistake you made. No. If I did it this way, it would have worked out. Go and repeat that same mistake again, but then expect a different result. That's a very sure way of staying broke. The 22nd lesson is be easily replaceable. Do what everybody's doing. Just make sure you're not learning enough. Make sure you're not investing enough in yourself so that if they want to just lay off like 50 people, your name is number 1. Make sure anything you're doing, you're replaceable. Both in your relationship, both in your workplace, anywhere you are. Make sure that you're so bad at what you're doing that someone can offer to do what you're doing better and even charge less to do it. The 23rd lesson is the grass is always greener on the other side. That place you are right now, that's not where money is. You need to just understand it. The fact that you're in Nigeria, you can never be rich in Nigeria. The places where money are bubbling and are made, UK, Dubai, California, these are the greener pastures. Grass is always greener on the other side. It's not greener where you water it. It's greener on the other side. That thing you're doing right now is not giving you as much money. Look at the other opportunity, that other skill, that other business, that other company. That's where things are bubbling. Always make sure you try to go to the next company. The 24th rule is find something that works and then stop it. You needed money today. Your rent was overdue. They threatened that they'll chase you out. You really need money urgently. And then out of nowhere, you did something and that thing made you money. After you made that money and you sorted that problem, that pressing problem, relax. That thing that made you money, don't go back to it again. No. Until you need to pay rent again, go back to that thing that made you money. That's a very, very sure way of staying broke. Find something that works, then stop it. The 25th lesson, I saved the best for the last. Spend more than you make. If you made 2,000 naira today, make sure you go and buy 3,000 naira shawarma. Highest, borrow 1,000 naira from your friend. You need to eat. Spend more than you make. Impulse buying, prioritize it. Anytime you enter market, anything that caught your eye, carry your money and buy. You have made the money. Highest, go in debt. Highest, go and borrow. When a customer has told you that they'll think about it, make sure you go to your friend and say, I'm expecting a sale. Give me 30,000 naira, I'll give you back when the sale lands. These are proven tactics. Make sure that before money lands in your account, when someone tells you send your account details, before the money lands in your account, make sure you have written down a list of everything you're going to do with that money, spending it, of all the things you're going to buy with that particular amount. make sure you do this. If you don't follow this accordingly, you're not going to achieve the goal, which is to stay poor. So now you know all the things you need to do to be broke. What do you need to do to be rich? Simple. The opposite of everything that I've outlined. Now let's go through it very quickly because I promised I'll give it to you at the end of this video. Instead of starting tomorrow, start today. Kill procrastination. Secondly, life is hard. Yes, life is not easy to anybody. Life is unfair to everybody. Accept it and move on. Read few books and implement immediately. Whatever it is you've learned, pick out 3 things. Just 3 things. Whether it's a 3-hour lecture, a 4-hour lecture, a 20-minute lecture, pick out 3 things and start aggressively implementing them. Take advice for how to build wealth from wealthy people, not from poor people that want to sound smart. Only select friends that dream as big as you dream. Fail once, fail again, keep on failing. See failure as a feedback mechanism, not as a personal rejection. Failure is there to show you that this is not what works. Go and look for something else that works. Simple. See it that way. You are not more important than your customer. Your customer is the most important thing. Study your customer very well. Outline their problems, outline their pain points, profile good solution to it, and you will become rich. You will never be broke in your life. Leave things that are outside your control and make sure you are fully in control of what is in your control. Don't complain about things that are outside your control. Study yourself, understand what is in your control and what is outside your control. Focus your energy, time, and attention on things you can control, and with time it keeps on expanding. The government is not going to help you. A destiny helper is not going to help you. You are the one that will help yourself. So put in the work. Give yourself permission to dream big. Give yourself permission to set bigger goals. Stop waiting for people to give you permission to do it. Don't avoid discomfort. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's the only place growth is found. Don't be comfortable with mediocrity. Try to stand out. Try to be above average. Do not be comfortable with mediocrity. If you have mediocre friends around you that just say the same thing, make sure you are dreaming big. Try to aspire and stay with bigger people. People that will stretch your mind. People that will make you dream, think better. Always make sure you're with these people because they are not average. You don't need to be average. Detest being average. Detest it. Hate it. And that way you're going to be rich because you're not doing what everybody's doing. Make promises to yourself and keep it, because that's the only way confidence is built. If you say you were going to do something and you did it, you add it to your badge. You become confident that if you say you're going to do a bigger thing tomorrow, you are really going to do it. Don't wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is never going to come. The perfect time to start is now. So whatever it is you're doing right now, stop waiting for the perfect time. That phone you have that doesn't have a good camera, shoot with it. Do whatever it is you have been procrastinating to do. Prioritize being rich over looking rich. Work on actually making more money to be rich. Don't be busy doing nothing. Don't do what the masses are doing. Try to stand out. Always stand out. Do what it takes, not your best. Do what it takes. There are first principles. There are things you must do in order to succeed in whatever it is you're doing. Make sure you're doing it. Don't pat yourself on the back saying that you're doing your best, you're trying your best. Do these things that are required to be done. You must send out at least 100 messages. You must get on at least 100 calls before you get good at sales calls. You must shoot at least 100 videos before you can now get comfortable in front of a camera, before you can now get very fluent with articulating your thoughts. Understand this. Your best can be 20, your best can be 30, but that is not what it takes to become as fluent as you want to be. What it takes to become as fluent as you want to be, what it takes to become the best content creator is to do 100 takes. Go and do 100 takes. Stop talking about your goals to feel good. If at all you must tell someone about your goals, it must not be more than 2. Always execute more than you announce. Don't start something new every day. Stick to one thing. Do it over and over again to build compounding interest. Stop starting something new every single day. Stick to one thing and it will mature and start giving you the yields that you are supposed to get from it. When you make a mistake, learn the lessons and move on immediately. Do not be easily replaceable. Invest so much in yourself that you bring so much value to the table you cannot be ignored. The grass is not greener on the other side, it's greener where you water it. So focus on what you have. Focus on how resourceful you can be. Try to be more resourceful. It's more about resourcefulness than resources. Focus on what you have now and build with it. When you find something that works, stick to it, tweak it, repeat it, keep on doing it until you milk the hell out of it. Phew! The last one, don't spend more than you make. Use the 60-30-10% principle that I've always taught you guys here. Whatever income you get, put back 60% into what made you that income, your business or whatever. take 30% for leisure, this is your spendable income, and then 10% for investments. That was really a tough one. The essence of presenting it this way was to show you that in any situation you're in, the questions you ask and whatever, if you want to find the answers fast, think of the negative side of it. Our brains are very fast at picking out problems than picking out solutions. So if you want to have the best marriage and you still don't know how, ask yourself, how can I destroy my marriage in the next 2 days? Write out 10 things that are going to do that, inverse it, and act on it immediately. It applies everywhere. How you can be healthy, how you can work out, how you can make money online, how you can become a better person. Ask yourself, if I'm to fail at this, what are the 10 things I would do? Get those 10 things and invert them again. Out of everything we've said now, I would like to know the one you're going to be picking up. So tell me the 3 things you're going to be starting with today. I would really love to know in the comment section. And about the video I talked about earlier, a lot of you have asked me about the best thing to start with, the best business model, the best skill. I took out time to explain it in a 30-minute video, and I even made a live demo session. So you're going to understand how you can start making your first 5 to 6 figures online with your smartphone wherever you are. Make sure you watch that video as soon as you're done with this one. If you got value from this video, I want you to hit the like button so that people like you can also be inspired with this video. If you would like to be notified when I upload my next video, hit the subscribe button. And of course, share this video to just 3 people that you feel would really benefit from this video. And as always, where you are right now, not your final destination. I'll see you at the top.